Let me tell you about my place that was my favorite in terms of engagement, because I done spoke on three places that I sort of ranked low. So let's talk about somewhere that I love the engagement. Jamaica. When it comes down to social engagement, I'm gonna give Jamaica a 4.9. I'm gonna tell y'all this in advance. I'm not giving nobody a 5 until I get married into that culture, I have a husband, and I produce some kids from that culture. So nobody's getting a 5 from me. Jamaica gets a 4.9. That's the highest that I can rate somewhere without what I listed above. But when I went to Jamaica, people, one thing about them is they love to talk like the locals. They love to share information. If you need something, you can ask anybody and they'll help you. When I was in Jamaica, I visited 3 major regions. I was in Montego Bay, Ocho Rios, and the Grill. Now, Montego Bay mostly got a lot of hustlers. So honestly, I don't know if people be talking to you because they generally interested or they just trying to make a sale. That's the hard thing about Montego Bay, because it's very touristy and people hustling. But at the same time, they still nice and they still personable. And you know, if you let people know you on a budget, they still will work with you. I don't feel like Jamaicans is really cold-hearted like that. I feel like they do really try to, make sure you have a good time and still make their money at the end of the day. Ocho Rios has some really wonderful people. Like, I love the culture in Ocho Rios. I feel like the people there was very colorful. You could take videos with them, take pictures. If you want to sit there and talk to them for an hour, they'll let you. I love that about Jamaica, because if you weren't born and raised there and you just come there and you talk to the people, you could talk to somebody in 5 minutes and feel like you knew them your whole life. People try to look out for you. They try to help you out. When I think of, island vibes and island culture, I really feel like Jamaica gives in terms of socialization. If you was to move there with no friends, no family, as a single man or woman, I don't think it would be hard at all to find people that you could be cool with in a community that you can integrate in, because people in Jamaica is just that friendly. I remember being at a restaurant and talking to the owner and his wife until closing, and I love they dumplings so much. They was out of them, but I think he made, or he found another fresh dumpling and just gave it to me. So it's little stuff like that that I'ma always remember. Sometimes the locals throw barbecues, and I remember I was trying to get a plate. Like, 5 people tried to help me to communicate with the people behind the counter so I could get a plate. And that, I think about that. That's something that I hold in my heart, because that shows like people care. Like, 5 people noticed I didn't have food and tried to help me, and I got my food. I feel like Jamaicans are very empathetic. They're compassionate. They're very passionate people. You meet so many different personalities down there. Just the littlest interactions can make your day, if that makes sense. But when it comes down to like feeling like I could, have a family somewhere, make lifelong friends, enjoy myself, Jamaica is definitely up there on that list when it comes to social engagement. If you was to go out in the club or go out in the market or go out in the city or talk to a driver, people, they always willing to socialize and chat. When you walk outside, people always together. You see families together. You see friends spending time with each other. I feel like that's how life was before social media and social distancing. Somewhere like Jamaica, where it's that level of social engagement, I feel like it would be very hard to be depressed. And if you're the type of person that do like to be on your own and be solo, you can in Jamaica. Like, it's so many people that live off grid or just on their farm and they deal with people when they want to. But you really had that choice. Like, you don't have to be lonely in Jamaica. And I be thinking about my experiences there with the locals all the time. Like, I hope to visit other places in the world where the people are extroverted, like Jamaica, where people just love to talk. And there's different ethnic groups down there as well. Like, you got the native black Jamaicans, that's descendants of the African slaves they brought over there. You have your Indian population, you got your Chinese population, and then maybe like other small expat minorities like white Americans or white Europeans. From what I've seen in Jamaica, everybody talk, everybody intermix, everybody get married. Like, I don't really see that segregation. Now, they do sometimes have like business competition. I feel like black owned business versus everybody else, but that's fair. It's not to a point where people don't talk to each other, they don't hang out together and stuff like that. Everybody kind of kick it. So I really like that lack of feeling the segregation, even if that is present, because I wasn't born and raised there, so I don't know the extent of their intercultural relations on the island. But me as a tourist, being there for 11 days, I'm telling you what I've seen. And from what I've seen, people mostly get along. Jamaica was definitely like some of the best social engagement experiences that I've had in the city, in the country so far. And I still have a lot of places I need to visit, but I would give Jamaica as number one so far out of all the places that I've been in the world on social engagement, which I haven't been that many places. I've been to almost all 51 states. I've been to 2 Caribbean islands and 3 countries in Africa and 1 country in Central America. So far, that's what I'm basing this off of. So, yeah, that's Jamaica.